you know, it's raining outside, misting. That's the most disgusting form of rain. It's like when you walk outside your door and in like 3 seconds, the entire surface area of your body is covered in moisture. I can deal with some raindrops, you know? You run to your car, you dance between them, this type of thing. But when it's misting out, it's like a soaking wet you can't even imagine. But I was almost grateful, you know, even though it's my day off. I said, maybe it'll keep the landscapers at bay. I'm ready to direct a movie. You ready for this? It's going to be called, I don't know, A Punctual Zombie Landscapers from Hell. So basically, what they do is they wait till my day off and then they show up with lawnmowers and they chase me around until I lose my mind. I buy a shotgun and you, what is this, a zombie? A zombie, you got to blast their head off with a shotgun, right? Let's face it, weapon of choice, zombie apocalypse. I want 2 sawed-off shotguns. That's it. The only problem with a shotgun is you don't have that many shots. You know what I'm saying? Even in a zombie apocalypse, I still want to look cool. So it'd have to be like 2 of those sawed-off, like breech crack barrel shotguns. You know what I mean? With the ones that what do they call them? Breech lock? I don't know what they are. 2 shells in. Be like, hold on. That's why it's good things zombies are slow. You can be like, wait a second, guys. I gotta reload this thing. And you shoot them both at the same time. Oh! Hey now. I don't know, man. I don't know. Zombies. You want to talk about zombies? I work with zombies. I got this guy Dave telling me about how he wants to buy another Grand Marquis. I said, oh my God, will you knock it off? When is he going to learn? When is he going to learn? This is a dying breed of person. You know these guys? I'm just done with it all. I went to the gym. Just got back from the gym. Here they come. It's unbelievable. I guess they didn't get the weather report. Nobody mows the lawn in the rain. It gums up the lawnmower for fucking holy hell. You ever mow the lawn in the rain? That was my famous, world famous excuse to my father. Like I wouldn't mow the lawn for like 3 weeks. And then he starts screaming at me, top of his lungs, about mowing the lawn. I said, the lawn was wet. I can't mow the lawn when it's wet. It looks like hell. It does. It clumps up. It gets stuck in the lawnmower. You guys ever have an old lawnmower without the rear bagger on it? Even with the rear bagger on it. But when you had a 3-horse Briggs, what would happen is you mowed in the rain, and what it would do is it would start to clog up the bottom of the lawnmower, and then you had to bounce the lawnmower up and down, ba-dum, ba-dum, to clear out all the like muddy grass clipping slag. It would come out in big chunks. And then your father would make you go out there with the rake. What a nightmare. It's like, I mowed this bitch. Now I gotta rake it? Fuck off, man. This is too much work. I'm just not a worker, I think, at the end of the day. I know people that like to work. I know a guy, okay, he's an old guy. He's like 60 years old, okay? You never saw forearms like this in your fucking life. I call him Bane. Because number one, he's an correctional officer. His storyline is almost like Bane. Wasn't Bane born in a prison? So work that one out in your head. Bane was born in prison, and then they gave him a super steroid, right? Isn't that what his mask is? It's like constantly getting pumped with steroids. To be honest with you, okay, I'd love to see a matchup, but it can never happen, right? Because you can't join universes, can you? Captain America and Bane. I mean, they're all juiced up. I mean, Bane's on Trenbolone. I mean, Captain America, I don't know what he's taking. But I know this old guy. He looks like Bane. He's got forearms that are like ripped to shreds. He's got veins that look like they look like garden hoses coming out of his arms. I said, this is an old school motherfucker right here. You know? Anyway, he tells me he was in a prison riot. Somebody broke his arm. I said, could you imagine being in a prison riot? That's the thing about being a corrections officer, okay? You got to watch out, because if push comes to shove and there's a prison riot and they get a hold of you, they're putting a pipe up your ass. Look out. Listen, I've met correction officers before. They're the most miserable sons of bitches you ever seen in your life. What cracked me up is somebody had a thing, like a quiz, like, who do you think, what profession has the highest suicide rate? And I said, oh, corrections officer, without a doubt. You're around the scum of the earth every day. And these guys are just like wearing you down every day. I know what they would say to me. Like, you know, I'd walk in, they'd say, yo, howdy doody, you got wooden balls? Oh, wait, no, that was my neighbor growing up in the 80s. All right? This is what I got to put up with in my life. Say, you know, hey, Red, let's see, you know, does the curtains match the drapes or the carpet? What? I would be so embarrassed. They would get to me right away. And now that they use these dookie Glocks, you heard about this in prison? They take like a dump into a water bottle. Well, they fill a water bottle with a shit and piss and spit and God knows what else. We can only imagine. And then you shake it up, and when somebody walks by, you spray them with it. It's called a dookie Glock. I said, that's all I need to know. And my correction officer career is over. I get sprayed with one of those, it's early retirement. How do you come back from that? You wind up getting like, it goes in your eye. Can you imagine? Like, it's prison is like, let me tell you right now. You can't hide fear. You know, me going into prison is like me when I walk past a pit bull. Even when the damn pit bull is on a leash. I look at the pit bull, I'm like, ugh. I look down. You ever walk by a pit bull? I'm like, ugh. He's like, and he's looking at you like, motherfucker, if I get off this leash, all right, those ankles are mine. That's all I need is if a pit bull locked onto my ankles, I have what I like to call an exit strategy. You grab them by the hind legs and you pull like you're pulling a wishbone on Thanksgiving. And a couple of raps into the ball sack, he's got to let that jaw go. I don't care what you say. You got to hit him in the hind legs. I'm prepared for it. Can I have coffee? You want to know how you know that your neighborhood is going downhill? Okay? There's an increase in the population of pit bulls and cane corsos. That's right. If you see a guy walking two pit bulls at one time with like big chains around their neck, it's time to sell your house and move somewhere else. That's right. Good Lordy Lou. I'm in love with this idea that I take my dog out for a walk and a car full of men stop and jump out and they're gonna like rob me or abduct me. And I have this fantasy. And then my little dog springs into action and he saves me. And let me tell you something right now. After that, you can eat at the fucking dinner table, big guy. That's all. If a dog did that for you, come on. I'd put a napkin around his neck like Herman Munster and say, here you go. We're giving you top round steaks tonight. No idea. Ribeyes. My wife came home with this fucking flap meat the other day. Okay, it was prime flap meat. And we sliced it into pieces, like kind of like thin pieces, like this here. Maybe like this big. I joke around it. They look like my dog's ears. You know, I love dog's ears. My parents had a white Labrador Retriever, and his ears were like 2 chicken cutlets hanging off his head. And I used to feel them, and they were velvety. I said, if I was ever to like eat a dog, I said I'd snip off those ears and deep fry them. They gotta be dynamite. There was so much meat in them. So every time I come over, I'd like massage his ears, and then like my mouth would start watering, and I'd be like, good boy, Oh my God, we put this flap meat on a barbecue? Holy shit, though. You have no idea. This meat was so infused with fat. It was so greasy. It started, you know you got good meat when it starts a fucking grease fire in the barbecue. That's all I gotta tell you. We had like a 5-alarmer coming out of it. By the end of the time we were done cooking this meat, you have no idea. This was like a blast furnace. I said, that's some good fucking meat. It got nice and charred on the outside. It was so juicy on the inside. And my wife seasoned it with like, I don't know, she was dumping cumin and salt. And just like, oh, you ever eat meat like this and you just can't stop? It's better than candy. And besides, I'm on my 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight diet. I mean, it's fucking possible to call that a diet. It's not a diet. That's not a diet. That's a gorging. Every day I'm gorging myself. I'll tell you what, it almost automatically turns into a low-carb diet because you can't even possibly eat carbs after that. I'm eating so much meat and protein. I mean, if it runs, crawls, or swims, it's going in my trap. And I tell you what, the shit works. I know everybody out there, well, you only need 1 gram per pound of body weight. I tell you what, do 2 grams. Just do it for a week. And I swear to God, for a week, I noticed the difference in 3 days. I'd love to sit there and tell you that is bullshit, but that shit works. I can actually feel. You ever walk through like, I have a lot of narrow places at work that I got to walk through. So I'm used to the way my body fits through them. You can actually feel yourself bump into shit now. I feel like I'm growing a little bit in my shoulders, and I have absolutely no shoulders to speak of. If I would press back here, I'd literally just touch bone. And now I feel like there's a little bit of meat there. It's very interesting. I'm following Todd Mendelson on TikTok, by the way. Okay? So this is all Todd Mendelson if you want to check him out. And I have the tendency to agree. And I'll tell you what, with this vast amount of protein I'm taking in, I'm not getting the fatigue that I normally do from working out, like overtraining. You know, people used to say, you know, if you gotta eat or you're gonna overtrain. You know, if you're overtrained, it means you're under eating. And I was like, that's bullshit. But now I'm like, oh shit, that might be true. Because I'm tall. I'm like 6'4". So you need a lot more nourishment. Like a lot more nourishment. You got to take in a lot more food, and it's not easy. You got to have the appetite for it, and the only way to build the appetite for it is to lift heavier and heavier at the gym. It's so weird. It's like my son. He doesn't eat anything. He's skinny as a rail. I'm skinny as a rail naturally. If I go back to my natural eating, which would be like Count Chocula and Jack and Cokes, I get skinny. Real thin. With no musculature whatsoever. And my wife is very thin. She has that natural fast metabolism, but she's like a mesomorph. You have ectomorphs, which are like skinny people that have a hard time putting on weight. That's always been me. I have always had a hard time putting on weight. And, you know, for the most part, kind of lean until you hit your 40s, and then you start getting that gut. And then you're skinny fat, which is the most disgusting body type there is, to be skinny fat. Fat is better than skinny fat. But when you're skinny with like a pouch, I mean, you look like the cover of a Cannibal Corpse album. It's disgusting. And like jiggly skin on a skinny person doesn't work. So that's been my natural body type. My wife is like, I don't know, half woman, half lumberjack. I don't know what happened. She's a mesomorph. And mesomorphs are people that naturally have like muscle. And they're like dense muscle. And they're strong. And they can look at weights and put on size. That was my buddy VS, my Polish friend growing up. I mean, this guy, a barrel-chested, shoulders, cannonball shoulders, and just like calves the size of spackle buckets. You have to see. And it didn't matter whether he worked out or not. If he worked out, he got bigger. But even if he didn't work out, he was huge. Like a real like farmer's build, almost like a Brock Lesnar. And he's like, this guy's a mesomorph. My wife is a mesomorph. The other day, we set up this little like burner outside so we can cook some chicken and stuff like. She hates cooking this shit in the house because the smoke gets all over the house, and she hates when the house smells like food. She hates when the kitchen gets dirty. I was like, why don't we just put the kitchen outside, for Christ's sake? It's very annoying. All the appliances have to go in drawers. Everything's got to be put away. Everything's got to be clean. It's like, this isn't a kitchen. It's not how a kitchen operates. You could literally be there 24 hours to cook a fucking meal. So we go outside. I set up this little burner, and she's sitting on the deck, and she's just like this with the chicken, with a fork, flipping the chicken. And I see her forearms, and it's like her forearms are striated. And they're decent size for a woman. And she's moving just her wrist. And I see like the muscles in her shoulder moving. I'm like, well, who is she, Sarah Connor? And I just couldn't help but be like holy moly. And my wife is, you know, in her 50s. So. She's older than me by 4 years. She's 52. She's a cradle robber. Anyhow, but I mean, she's got traps and shoulders. And I was talking to her the other night. I said, you know something? I said, I believe attraction is based off of like what you want to provide your offspring on a subconscious level. So if you see somebody and you find them attractive, I think you find them attractive because they have attributes that you want to pass down to your children. And right away she's, I never think like that. I said, yes, I understand, honey. I said subconscious. But I don't think like that. I said, yes, I know. I'm saying subconscious, goddammit. Just like your heart beats, but you don't control it, and you breathe, but you don't control it. Talking to this woman sometimes. So I said, like me, I selected you because I always loved my wife's hair. It's curly, and it's like wild, and it's thick. You know, she's got a real thick hair. And she has very, very piercing eyes, like green, bluish eyes. On a Spanish person, which is like olive skin and beautiful shoulders, like beautiful, like upper upper body. I said, these are all things I want to give to my son. I have no shoulders, so I'd like my son to have shoulders and not have to grow up looking like he has muscular dystrophy. And I would like my son to have that olive tan skin so he can actually go out in the sun without catching fire. That would be nice too. He wouldn't have to hide underneath an umbrella his entire life every time he goes to the beach. And he wouldn't have to carry around on his hip like a Batman utility belt, sunscreens, and, you know, and like 100 SPF sunscreen. And his hair wouldn't fall out of his fucking head like mine did. So I was like, that's why I found my wife attractive, I think. But I didn't think that. I just saw her and I was like, oh, you know, I want to meet her. I want to get to know her. But inside, I'm like, I want my child to have what she has, DNA-wise. Very, very interesting. This life is very, very strange. And then you have endomorphs that are like, you know, fat pigs. Like everything they eat, it comes on in fat. And they have to work very hard. You know, a lot of cardio to try to like burn off the fat. Like they have to watch their eating and whatnot. But they do have the ability to put on large amounts of muscle. So it's like in this life, you're almost like playing Buck Rogers, where you get your character and you roll your dice, and now you have to figure out who are you going to use? The mage, the fighter, the warrior. For some reason, I got the bard from Dungeon Explorer, whose main weapon is to change the music in the game. Completely useless. But hey, you have your character, you have your build, so you have to work with it, you know what I mean? So you have to work appropriately. And for me, this 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight, it works, but it's fucking exhausting preparing all these meals. Oh my God. It's like I have my barbecue on around the clock. I should just, I gotta hook up my barbecue to the gas inside the house, because I'm like one propane tank after another. I said, I don't know how long your body can hold up to this kind of routine, but it's working. I feel it. I feel it. The other thing he said too, and I always knew this intuitively, Todd Mendelson says, when you get out of your workout, you know, your muscles are full of glycogen, which is nothing but sugar, and that's the fuel that muscles operate off of. So when you go in and you pound your muscles, when you leave the gym, all that glycogen is depleted. So he says the very first thing you do when you leave the gym is you drink a Gatorade. You get the dextrose, whatever it is, from the Gatorade, the sugar, the simple sugars, and you drink that all the way down. And what it does is it spikes your insulin, and it shuttles all those sugars back into the muscle. I said, fucking A, man. I love sugar. I love Gatorade. I'm thinking about switching it to a Jack and Coke after the gym. Wouldn't it be the same fucking deal? I'd be in my car mixing it on the dashboard. There you go. Jack and Coke. Look over at somebody coming out of the gym like, But anyway, yeah, I love that Gatorade afterwards. I feel like it entering my soul. You drink it and it's like entering. It's like, like replenishing the muscles. And that was like the only time where it was like okay to eat simple sugars. The old school bodybuilders used to do it. It was nothing. There's nothing new about this. A lot of bodybuilders used to recommend drinking a soda or having a candy bar or something like that right after the gym. And then he says, you know, about 20 minutes later, you bang down some pure whey protein. Which is disgusting, by the way. You ever take pure whey protein? Like, I found protein powders always to be disgusting. Because they, you know, they're always sweet. They try to make them taste like candy. It's like, this is gross. Like, it was always too much. But if you drink pure whey protein and mix it with water, can I tell you, the first couple times I drank it, I thought it was awful. But then I watched a video about whey protein. And whey protein is actually a byproduct of making cheese. When they make cheese, what's left over is whey. So somebody figured out to take the whey and dehydrate it into a powder. And they sold it as whey protein. And the old school bodybuilders used to have access to whey protein. But today, they try to jam all these different flavorings into it, and they add sugar, and they add a bunch of shit to it. It's almost like cutting it. Like you'd cut cocaine. You'd add something to it to make it more, so you could, make more of a profit on it. But if you buy pure whey protein, it's mixed with water. I mean, if you mix it with milk, it tastes a lot better, but you don't want the additional sugar after having the Gatorade. So you just want the pure whey protein. So now I'm actually enjoying the taste of the whey protein, which I'm so excited about. Because I'm thinking about it, I'm like, this is just a byproduct of cheese. So I think of it as I'm almost drinking like a cheese drink. What's that? You just threw up? I know it sounds stupid, but I kind of think about it like that. I don't know why. It makes it tolerable. Somebody shoot me. I just want to drink and start smoking pot again. I stopped with the edibles. I kind of got in trouble with my wife. I don't even know if I should talk about this one. It's going to get me in trouble. My wife isn't down with the whole marijuana thing. I am. I grow marijuana. I take edibles, I've been on a marijuana tear. I don't really talk about it because of my job and whatnot. I guess because you could pop for a drug test or whatnot. But weed, I don't think they check for weed anymore in New York because it's like legal. So, and it stays in your system for so long. So how are you going to pop a guy? I'm at work. I'm obviously not going to be high. Maybe I had something the night before. So if I get drug tested, I'm going to pop for marijuana. So how are you going to can a guy that's not high, but he has it in his system, and it's illegal in New York? I don't understand how it works. So, I'm growing marijuana. I got like 2 pounds of marijuana. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay? It's all vacuum sealed. It's like my pride and joy. People that smoke marijuana know you get all excited about your marijuana, right? So, and I like taking edibles because my wife isn't keen on me smoking. She doesn't like it. So, I don't want to come in the house stinking like smoke. I don't want to be weed daddy. I come in the house like, hey, man, where's my High Times magazine, man? And with a tie-dyed shirt on and whatnot, like listening to Grateful Dead. And I don't really need my son around it because I don't think young people should be smoking weed. And I mean that, I don't think teenagers should be smoking weed. I don't think you should be smoking weed until you hit like 40 and your life is over and you're in nothing but pain and you're miserable and you're married. Because that's when it becomes a really beautiful thing. I think when you're young, I think it takes away a lot of your ambition in life. Because let's face it, you smoke weed and you're like, hey man, this is it. This is where I want to be, and I don't really feel like doing anything else. Where's the couch? Somebody put on Terminator 2 and get me a fucking sleeve of Oreos. That's the bottom line. It'll completely. If I'm going to work on my car and then I smoke weed, I ain't working on the car no more. That ain't happening. So it will stop you from doing the things that you want to do, or you have to do in your life as a young person, like starting a career and stuff like that. I mean, you smoke a joint and you're like, career what? Doesn't make sense, man. We're supposed to live on this earth, man. With God's creatures, man. You turn into one of these guys. And then the next thing you know, you're in your parents' basement, you're ready to slit your wrists because no girls will talk to you. Because you don't have anything in your life. So what I think as a young person, this would be my guidance for like my son or any young person, get in the gym, get in good shape, and fight. You got to fight for what you want in this world. And then later on in life, when you get older, weed is like a beautiful thing. It helps your appetite. You listen to music, it's wonderful. You're not as miserable anymore. It takes care of like anxiety if you have anxiety as an old person, because all old people for some reason get anxiety. And it reduces stress because, of course, if you're married and you have screaming kids, there's nothing but you live in a giant like snow globe of stress. So it eliminates that. So it's really beautiful. But the thing is, I had these edibles, and they were like, they were moderate edibles. I went to the place, a place by me. It's like a stationery store. You go in there, and I say to the Indian guys, I say, "You got edibles?" "Oh, my friend, this. We have this one. We have my friend. Hey, my friend, try this one." And he sold me like super powered edibles. So it's like, all right, I'll buy the super powered edibles. But I had the old edibles, like the ones that I'm used to using. And with edibles, they come on slow. I find that they come on like 45 minutes to an hour before you're fully into it. You know what I mean? But I ran out of those. And all I had was the really high-powered ones left. And my wife said to me, let's go to All American, to get like, hamburgers and whatnot. And I'm like, fucking A. I go downstairs. I pop one of the super-powered edibles. I was like, I don't know. I took the whole thing. I was like, I thought I worked up a tolerance. I said, I have those all the time. I said, I'll try one of these. We go down to All American. Shit's starting to kick in. You know how it is. You start eating. I love eating on an edible. It's one of my favorite things in life. To be high and to be eaten. It just tastes fantastic. Oh, and I'm getting 2 quarter pounders with cheese, fries, a large onion ring, and a milkshake. Are you people with me? Are you fucking with me? So I'm like, I'm in heaven. I'm sitting there eating, ba 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 ba. Next thing you know, we go to a brother-in-law's house. He pours me a glass of Johnny Walker Double Black. So, okay. And I'm sitting at the table. And normally, I don't drink whiskey raw like that. I like my Jack and Cokes. But I'm sipping on it, and I'm like, I'm so high, the whiskey tastes good. And I'm just knocking back this whiskey like, whoa, 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 whoa. And he gave me a decent amount of it, right? Next thing you know, I feel lightheaded. Like, oh, wow, I'm like getting dizzy. Whew. I get up from the chair. I go sitting on the couch. I took off my shirt. Well, I had a sweatshirt on. I had a t-shirt on underneath. I'm like sweating. I'm like, ooh, this is crazy. I said, you know what? I got to go outside and get some air. I say to my wife, I say, I got to go outside and get some air. I go outside. And I start walking to my truck, and my vision starts going like this. I said, oh no, I'm going down. I said, I got to get in the truck. I said, I want anybody to find me laying on the lawn, for Christ's sake. I want to be a human being with some dignity. So I go over to my truck. I go to open it, but it's locked. Damn it. I reach in my pocket, I get out my keys, and now I'm looking at my key fob, and all I can see, because my vision's like this now, is the unlock button. And I was like, click, and I grab the handle of the truck, I open the door, and I sit down, and next thing you know, I wake up, and the whole family's around me. And they got like smelling salts, they had like herbs or whatnot. This is like, a Dominican family. They had like herbs under my nose. They're like snapping me out, slapping my face. And I was like, what happened? And wow, very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. One girl was a nurse. She put like a thing in my arm, the blood pressure thing. She's like, your blood pressure is very low. I said, I know, I just passed out. You ever take somebody's blood pressure after they pass out? It's pretty damn low. So now they're all worried about me, like I gotta go to the hospital or something like that. Anyway, later on, my wife was like, you took some of that weed, didn't you? You took some of that weed. And I was like, yeah, I did. She's like, don't you ever do that again. I was like, fuck, I fucked up. That one's on me. I fucked up. So I've been off weed. It's absolutely miserable. But I'm like a couple weeks off. And I'm not saying I'm happy about it, but what are you going to do? Guys, how far are we in here? It's 37 minutes. Jesus Christ. You're not bored to death? Guys, I wanted to do something very special today, okay? I want to talk because I've been seeing on Facebook Marketplace Atari Jaguars pop up. There's a little problem, though. They want like $600 for them. One of my favorite consoles of all time, and you've all heard this before from me, and you're probably sick and tired of hearing about it, is the Atari Jaguar. And why did I like it so much? Because I hated it so much. The Atari Jaguar was an absolute shit console. It all of a sudden appeared. We're talking about right around the time that the Nintendo 64 came out. Shortly after that, the Atari Jaguar came out. Or was it before? It was right around that time. And I remember thinking to myself, I remember seeing it just all of a sudden appear in the game stores. I was like, what's this Atari Jaguar? It's 64-bit? That's all I had to hear. And then next thing you know, it went on sale and it was $59. I said, $59? 64-bit? I'm not Robert Oppenheimer, but I know I'm walking out of the store with this bitch. So I grabbed this Atari Jaguar and I ran home. And when I don't even think I bought games. But all of a sudden, the games came down to $5.99 a piece, brand new in the box. Can you get me a time machine? What are they worth now? Atari Jaguar games in the box? So what would happen is I'd go and I would buy, $20, buy 3 games. I'd buy 3 games. I'd bring them home. I'd put them in the machine. And I could not believe how bad the games were. And it became like a joke. I would go back to the mall. You know, when you got some money together, all you needed was $20. Back then, you know, I could come across $20. And then you buy a couple more games and you bring them home and you put them in. And there would be 3 more horrible games. And you're like, how is this even possible? And you would play them and you'd say, how is this 64-bit? And the sound was awful. And it was still RF modulator. You still had to hook up an RF wire in the back. You said, somebody pulled the old wool over my eyes with this console. But I didn't mind. And through the process of buying, I almost had an entire Atari Jaguar library. I know I bought every game that was available in the game store. I had to have at least half of the library. Maybe close to the 3/4. But inside there were some actually fantastic games. And games that I had a lot of fun playing. Now, what also came out was the Atari Jaguar CD. And that was $99 on sale. Can you imagine? Jaguar CD, $99. I didn't have the balls to buy it because the Jaguar was so awful. I said, I can't justify sinking another $100 into this console. And what I'd like to do today, now that we have a fully operational Jaguar library, unlike any time in our history, I want to play some Atari Jaguar games and I want to show you the good ones. So this won't take very long, because there aren't many good ones. But this is going to be fun for me because I have serious nostalgia for the Atari Jaguar. So, Atari Jaguar, hit me!
Picture time, hit me. It's picture time. Having fun. Picture time. picture time. It's picture time.
This is going to be fun. We have Rich from the UK to thank for this wonderful, wonderful emulator box. Here we go. All right. Alien vs. Predator, we can get back to that. I didn't think that was a very good game. A lot of people tend to think it is. I don't. Okay. We're going to get to the first one. I'll tell you right now. Doom. Doom is a great game on Atari Jaguar, hands down. Here we go. Loading. Ha! Gotta love it. Cartridge. We have a cartridge loading. Whoa! Hang on. Single game mode. Arena. Hurt me plenty. Let's go. I love that it loads. Look at this. Smooth. Good sound. The graphics were, they were doing their job, man. They were really doing their job. Let's get some potions here. Uh-huh. Jeez, alright, I'm getting dizzy. We have a strafing ability, don't we? Yes, okay, we got it. Up the stairs, get the armor, jump out the window. We have a jump. I know we have a jump. Hold on a second. Controls. A, speed, fire, use. Alright. Maybe we don't have a jump. Look at it, it's very fast. Come on, how do we open a fucking door? Do we need a key? Did we get stuck here last? We played this before. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we are. Have a nice day. Listen to the sound. Awesome. Oh, fuck you, asshole. Oh, we're in the drink. Alright, let's get away from that jerk off. Got bullets here. Oh shit! Oh boy. We need a shotgun. Armor, forget the armor. Oh, pull the switch. Here we go. How do we pull this fucking switch? There we go. Hanger finished. Just like that. I have no gun. Oh boy. Shit. We got... We're handing out knuckle sandwiches, guys. Oh, for Christ's sake. Where are you starting us? Okay, here we are. Here we are. Let's go. Later, bitch. Oh! Somebody behind us. We need a shotgun, man. There's a shotgun around here somewhere for crying out loud. Okay, body armor. Alright, they're gonna make us work for it. Let's go. God damn it. Anyhow, that's Doom. That's a competent version of Doom. It's a version of Doom I really enjoy playing. Alright, let's go down. Here we go. Fight. Double Dragon. Fight for Life. Flashback. Flashback is probably decent. Never played it. Hyperforce. War. Iron Soldier. Here we go. I like this game. $1994, what a year. And they had Iron Soldier 2 for the CD. You're a big fucking robot. Alright, what are the options here? Difficulty, this is all fine. Let's go. Start the game. The Resistance wants to destroy a local Iron Fist warehouse complex. Follow the road out of town to get there. Grab any supplies you find. Translation, let's go fuck up the city. Alright, we got our assault rifle. Let's go. That's right, you could upgrade your robot. Look at this, guys. Alright, how do we move forward? Hold on. Hold on, look at this. Ready? Want to blow up some buildings? Shit! Fuck out of here. Look at this, let's blow up a building. Oh! Look at this. You can blow up skyscrapers. You think I'm kidding you? Hold on, let's get this tank out of here. Oh, shit! I gotta figure out how to move. Here we go. Hold on, I got this skyscraper in my way. Let me get rid of the Chrysler building. Hold on. Oh my god, the devastation. Helicopter? Little water tower here. Fuck this thing. Alrighty. Now they say go out of town. Oh wait. Fuel depot? Hold on, let me slow down. Goodbye. The great part about this game is you can literally blow up everything. That was a big deal. This is open world, guys. Hold on a second. Am I out of bullets? I'm out of bullets. Oh no, that's not good. Alright, they want us to leave town. They have an arrow here. It says, big robot, go this way. Hopefully we just have to get there. I didn't know I could waste my bullets. Maybe I can run this shit over. Hold on, let me see. No, it brought me to a stop. That's the weapons depot right there, huh? I think we're fucked. Alright, you get the basic gist of the game. Iron Soldier, it's a good game. No. That was it's a fun, especially when you get the weapons. Look, we got Iron Soldier too, can you believe it? Holy shit. Kasumi Ninja, Jesus Christ. Missile Command, NBA Jam, horrible. I used to play Power Drive Rally a lot, but it wasn't a good game. Here we go, Raiden. Raiden, here we are. This was a good game. I have a feeling like we did this episode before. You know, it's just so much fun to have a console that wasn't, you know, made by Sony or Nintendo. It was like it was his own thing. Let's go. 8 credits, baby. Who do I look like? Let's not use our super bomb right out of the gate. This was 2-player, I think. I'm ready. Oh, here we go. The music, guys. Come on. From Atari. Go easy on me. Later, prick. We're staying with the red weapon. Missiles, please. Oh, it's just a good old shooter, man. Yes, stick with the red. Here we go. God dang it! Damn it! I should have bombed them. Alright, concentrate. We can use the playfield to our advantage. That bomb is nuts. Okay. We need that. Oh, come on, I was in my own jet wash. No, we don't want the laser, no! I guess we're gonna stick with the laser, let's go. Oh! That's it, you mother F. Yeah, I'm gonna continue. Ready? Wow, what a satisfying weapon. Fuck. Have a nice day. The stress levels are rising. Guys, it's a solid game. It's just a solid game. Alright, let's go a little further here. Damn it. Yes, yes. You can eat a dick. Oh, come on. The whole trick with Raiden, man, is you gotta get powered up. You just gotta. If you're gonna have a chance in this maelstrom. Oh, get the train, baby. We got the train. That's all I care about. I don't care if I died. This is 64-bit. We couldn't get the water moving down there. Look at how they punish you if you don't kill these guys. God damn it. They come back. Oh. Oh, I don't like all those guns. Raiden has got one of the greatest super bombs of all time. Let's see it. Come on. Come on. I always thought it looked like a big fingerprint. Alright, let's hang on. We gotta power up. Let's hang on, guys. Let's do this. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. Alright, we're out of here. We're out of here. Good game, Raiden. Good game. Rayman! Oh! Let's play some Rayman. I always thought the graphics on this game were astounding. Ubisoft. Alright, enough out of you. Reminded me of Vector Man on the Sega Genesis because none of his come on. None of his limbs are really attached. Very colorful game. To me, I was like, okay, this is what 64-bit should look like in 2D. Alright, what do we got here? You just jump on things, right? Soundtrack's not bad. You have a double jump? No. A lot of action on the screen. You kind of don't know what's good and what's bad. Oh. Okay. I think you can land on these guys? I'm not sure. Oh! How do you kill things? Okay. Alright, man, show me those pearly whites. Let's go. Okay, talk to me. Hello, Rayman. I'm Betilla, the fairy. I'm going to help you with your quest. You've done well so far, but you'll have to face tougher creatures. I can give you a new power. Press C button to punch. Okay, we're getting somewhere. There we go. There we go. All right. Oh, what am I doing? I'm supposed to jump on top of that. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, we will get a double jump in this game. There we go. Oh, okay, there's that. No, wrong way. Whoa! No! 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 Come on! Oh, there it goes. Oh, son of a prick bastard. Get up there! Okay, ready? No! There we go. Finally! All that for that? Son of a bitch, I should have just kept going. Oh, we got a super punch. Oh, wait, what's in the cage? Alright, we got another piece. See where we're going with this? I'm digging it. The hell is that thing? Oh, I lost my golden gloves. Shit. That's one thing with Rayman, you couldn't really like blast through it. You kind of got to take your time with this game. Oh, my golden glove. Come on, you asshole. Really? Alright, let's go down. I died! Alright, you get the picture. That's Rayman. It's a good game. It's a decent game. Let's see. Boy, there's a lot of games I need to check out on here. Skyhammer, Slam Racer, Spaceball, Super Burnout, Syndicate. Oh god, I remember that game. Theme Park, I used to play Theme Park. Total Carnage. Total Carnage is a good game. Alright, we'll check out a little Total Carnage. Actually, I don't think I've ever played it on the Jaguar. Let's see how it is. And then we'll play some Wolfenstein. It's 1992, Midway, let's go. Oh yeah. What's that? What are you saying? Let's get started. Landing in the desert. Let's go.
And we are making it baby milk.
Oh yeah, Total Carnage, baby. God.
Over here.
All Alright, I can already tell you. Holy schmackerel. This is not as good as the Super Nintendo version. Holy cow, there goes my heart. Where's the strafe button? The graphics aren't very smooth. I'm trying to figure out how to like turn. Hold on a second, yeah. Alright, you know what? This kind of sucks. Let's move on. There's better versions of Total Carnage to play. Let's just put it that way. Wolfenstein. What a great version this is of Wolfenstein. Very clean. Very smooth. Yep. Let's go. 94. Where were you in 94? Magic Mountain? Storm and Norman. You know what? Storm and Norman Schwarzkopf has gotten into more games than any other Army general ever. Here we go.
Octoon.
Octoon? Take that, Octoon. Listen to how clean it sounds. Right? Okay, that's how we strafe. We're good. We're good. Controls are simple. Guys, look at this. We got Adolf Hitler on the wall. What other game you gonna have? What game has that? You know where to go. Up to this bitch. We have machine gun, baby. You ready for this? Oh God, it sounds great. Ready? Where do we gotta go? Oh, we came from here, okay. Oh, we gotta get the artifacts. Oh, how awesome is this game? Oh shit. So good. So freaking good. Ready? We're gonna go here first. Oh! Nice. Very speedy. Very. Here we go. Oh yeah. We only got 25% of the treasures and 16% of this. Oh, here we go. Where are the dogs? I want to shoot some dogs. SS after us. Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. Oh, we got a big crate over here. There we go. We need health. Health. Nice. Oh, that's a secret room if I've ever seen one. Yeah, baby. Treasure. What's in the well? Health. Oh, we got health? Oh, you gotta love this, man. Whoa! So good. Oh, yeah. It's getting serious, guys. Oh, is this the boss? Shit! Run! Look at him. Look at him, guys. Look at him. Unbelievable. Woo! Woo! That'll get the adrenaline going. Off, please. Turn off, please. Thank you. Guys, that's the Atari Jaguar. Some of the great games on the Atari Jaguar, by the way. I think Wolfenstein 3D might be the best game on the Atari Jaguar. Did I say that? Guys, do you realize you just tuned into the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization? And you better believe that. With a 4K face! We'll see you next time. Guys, hold on to your drawers. The Patreon channel is popping. You got to get over there. Over 100 episodes. I can't even imagine how many now. I lost count. We have the Advices program where you write in, here's the email address, put Advices in the header, and people write in with problems. I mean, check this out. Like yourself, I also live on Long Island. Sorry to hear that. I am 48 years young, raising a family. Hey, we're both 48, you know? What are you going to do? Maybe we should get together and whack each other off. And you don't hire Spanish guys that are unlicensed unless your wife is Dominican. Okay? Because there's something magical about having a Spanish wife. Okay? They know all of the fucking contractors in the neighborhood. I got pulled over twice by police on the way to work. I felt like getting out of the car and saying, oh, well, golly gee, I didn't realize I was driving the General Lee. I know. The problems are like beyond. Listen, you want to feel good about your life? Listen to these problems. So write me, guys, and we'll solve all your problems. Just like we also have a show called You're the Boss, where you write to me and you insult me. You say, hey, sniveling, chicken head red, moron, imbecile from hell. And then you say, you're going to play this game. And then we play it because I have no choice. You're the boss. And we've been playing some bangers. What did we play the other day? Motorhead on the Amiga. Okay, somebody demanded that we play Motorhead on the Amiga. Yeah. And my favorite part of that game is when it turns into Tapper, like the arcade Tapper, but you're Lemmy Kilmister and you're drinking beers. Who's not all for that? Guys, Patreons, thank you for the support. And we'll see you next time.